Oh, I like that one. Yeah. You are listening to the Lost Minds. You say it, that sounds better. You are listening to the Lost Minds podcast.
Let's get this session started with a deep breathing exercise. And by deep breathing exercise, I mean, see on the inside.
Hello. What are you doing? Just making a podcast. Bet your ass cool.
Like, I have a grill, but I'm like,
Well, that's because I brought the grill with too, but that was the thing we were trying to get up high so we could watch the fireworks. That's why we hiked all the way up there.
I thought you were having a barbecue at your house. I was like, dude,
Getting high, I get it.
Getting high.
like, we'd have to go buy food. We'd have to go buy the meat. We'd have to go buy, all that stuff. I'm like,
Well, welcome to the Lost Minds podcast. And I love doing that, Ted.
God damn
but
it.
that's what they had the meat. They already had the buns and burgers. We just decided to go hiking up to right in the big Cottonwood Canyon so we could have a fire and look over the city and watch the fireworks, whatever, for the 24th.
All I noticed in that Snapchat was that you guys were lighting a fire and there was a lot of dry brush everywhere.
That's what everyone was saying.
Isn't it
We
like a
contained
red
it, though.
season?
I think that's what I was wondering, even with the fireworks, because there really wasn't many. Compared to, remember 4th of July, that shit was nuts, how many people were blowing shit up. And for this, I don't feel like there was that many. But I know people are excited for this holiday because the day before, when I was downtown, there's people like sleeping on the sidewalk waiting for the parade. They had their areas, people
for
had
the
rope.
24th?
Yeah. Oh, that's typical. They're already... But yeah, they were like, people were laying in the grass. They
Well,
brought
let's
chairs and laid them
explain
out.
it for our out-of-towners. What
The
is the
Pioneer Day?
24th?
Oh, it's Pioneer Day, so pie and beer day. You eat pie and drink beer.
Pie and beer day.
No, the original
Pie and
one
beer
was
day.
for the pioneers. They migrated over here when the...
Rape and
Mormon
pillaging,
church.
stealing, and cannibalism.
Were they LDS at that point instead of FLDS?
I'm not sure. I honestly don't really give a rat's.
Because would they come over as polygamists? They did. They came over as FL... Which is funny because that's still the FLDS, and the FLDS, or LDS, is the same thing as when people do, I think, Islam is in radical Islam or whatever.
You
know?
can't be radical.
Yeah,
You're
it's
either
like-
Islam or you're not.
It's like same book, what are these books? What are these different books? It's the same book, same text, same thing.
It's all the same thing, except for
Just how literal you
Mormonism.
follow it.
We found a meteorite that speaks to people and just tells them
Gold books.
gold books.
Who was a man who was a treasure hunter. Well, that's a plus. I guess I never thought of that. Joseph Smith was a pirate, freaking treasure hunter, professional
butt
treasure
pirate.
hunter. That's how, because he was a treasure hunter. That's how he found the tablets. That was like one of his professions.
Dude,
That's
we
that's
should
in
become
the
treasure
text.
hunters.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of his trade. That's one of his things by trade.
Wow.
Also, he's convicted con man. That's just about
That's
the
one thing
books.
I do want to do is go get a metal detector. Wouldn't that be fun? We just
think
go metal detecting,
I used to do
find
it with my
needles and
grandpa.
stuff.
No,
Huh?
I used to do it with my grandpa. It was so fun because he would just do it, and then he'd be like, dig it up, and we'd do it over in Browns Park. And so one time I remember he's like, oh, there's something big, metal, weird under here. And I was like digging. It was like deep, and he's like, it should be right here. And I was like digging, but I was maybe 8. Get down to it, and it was an old school, like, toilet, I guess. So it was like a bucket, like a little tiny bucket with a metal rim and thing. You'd like shit in it and it would kind of catch it all, kind of like
hell
compost
yeah.
bucket
Did
thing.
you keep it?
Oh, no, when I dig it up, he was like laughing so hard. He's like, yeah, there's your treasure. And just like,
Bucket
Put
of
your
shit.
hand in there, boy.
go and fish out that. It was like crusty stalagmite in there. Basically, like at that point, it was
Oh, that's
probably like
fucking
crystallized and stuff. It looked probably like a geode. You cut it in half. There's like all these like things inside.
Crystals growing inside
Small
the
like
poop.
corns, maybe like a little Fraggle Rock. Freaking down at the Fraggle Rock or something.
So that sounds like a good idea. What we're going to do is I'm going to use the metal detector, and you guys will walk around by my sides with one of you will have a small shovel and a big shovel.
I'll bring the extra metal detector.
Yeah.
Just
and
in
then
case
Brick,
yours
you can
breaks.
bring the shovel, the broom, the brush, the smaller shovel, the rake,
Well, I
and
went
a
to a
backpack full of water so you can rinse it off if you get, delicate stuff. And we'll carry the metal detectors.
the little spray bottle.
Yeah,
It's like archaeologists, like little brushes. Like,
Yep.
Well, I went down a weird rabbit hole of a metal detector, like I guess Reddit page, and like the one that got me into it was this guy had a picture, and he said people don't normally know what I do, but he's like I metal detect at your local parks, and these are things I find. And he just had a picture of what he had. He took a picture of the park, and it was like a normal wood chips park, just like maybe one right here. And then he showed what he had at the end. And the shit that he was pulling out of there was like crazy, like knives, nails, freaking just random pieces of metal and junk and all kinds of stuff. Like the stuff the kids bring over there is like nuts.
I wouldn't be
just
surprised.
Think about like
dude.
in a park, or because I see people do it at the beach all the time.
Imagine at the
probably
homeless
snacking.
park.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
you gotta
one
stay
thing
away
I'd
from
be
that
afraid
shit.
of. Like, if I had a child, I would never take him to a public park. I'd take him to, like, a sterile room with a plastic slide in there. A Nerf room.
Why, dude?
Because...
You got to, if they're knowledgeable, right, at the beginning, well, like, what the heck, this person's weird and stuff, and you can identify
how much
them.
knowledgeable could you be if some crackhead leaves his needle at the bottom of a fucking slide and your kid slides down right in his leg?
Well,
There's no knowledge in that. It's just dumb, stupid
I'll be like,
luck.
all right, boy, you feel that little tingle? You feel that warmness pulling through your veins?
You feel
That's
that
the H
adrenaline
right
rush?
there. That's that heroin, boy, all right? And you're feeling heroin for the first time.
Feel like we need to
Just
run.
sit back.
The first time is the best time.
I just pulled my phone out.
It ain't
Siri,
ever going to be as good. So you
Siri,
enjoy
play
it.
Slow Ride. Play Slow Ride, Siri. It's like, slow ride. Easy. It's like, they already probably have a little section in that park, hopefully, but at least by that time, maybe I'll even start one of my own.
Speakered up.
A little section in the park, yeah, for kids, that come down when they're out, coming down off the needle, they just set on and shit. They're like, slow ride. A little section,
Bunch of tourniquets and shit.
That'd be horrible.
Baby
'cause
hospital. Wee boop, wee boop.
we joke, but I bet shit like that happens all the time. I bet kids get cut up on shit like that all
That's
the
what I'm
time.
saying, dude. My kid's going to be in a Nerf room in a freaking, what are those jackets? Straight jacket.
A bubble boy.
He's going to be Bubble Boy.
Yep, I
Dude.
can see it.
Dude,
I'd be like, you can't be mad at me. He's having more fun than any other kid in the ballpark. And that's a fact. He's running everyone over. It's like...
I bet you could easily do that in the future with some virtual reality. You just trick them and stuff. So everything outside is destroyed. Everything
Dude,
is
that's
now.
like a movie.
Yeah, it's
What's
Ready
that
Player
one movie? No. There's that movie where the dude, the lady's driving on the freeway, and the guy runs her off the road, and he's like, "The world's been nuked,"
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
he-
Clover Lane or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and he pulls her into the bunker.
Yeah, he's like, "There's aliens." I thought he was lying the whole time. Spoiler.
Oh, fuck, you gotta ruin everything. Brian's like, I haven't seen it.
No, I saw it. I was like, wait a second. Didn't the fucking world end?
Yeah, there was like aliens at the end. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh fuck!" It's like,
And it's just murdering everybody.
But then again, like every situation she was in was like, what's worse, being stuck with a psycho or being stuck with like aliens?
Well, was he really a psycho, or was he actually trying to protect her? That's the question.
Trying to protect himself same time. Huh?
He was
'Cause-
trying to protect both of them. And, like, it did seem like a play when that lady came up to the door and she's, like, out there dying. It did seem like a play because it looked so, like, fake. So she's like, oh, she's probably in on it, And they're keeping me down here to take advantage of my good looks. But in reality, the dude was actually trying to protect her and save everybody.
Isn't that typical for someone to be like, they're after me for my looks?
I know, she's
Just
all
like,
flattering
oh my
herself. She's like,
God.
oh my gosh, nobody has a better ass than I do.
Yeah, it's funny. There's probably some self justification.
He was pretty creepy about it, but then again, he was pretty humble and a pretty good host. He's like, look,
Yeah, it could have
At the
been
end
a
of the
lot
day-
worse.
yeah.
Well,
feel
yeah, at
like-
the end of the day, it could not be like
He could have just left her in a fucking supply closet and been like, you're in there for life.
True.
At least she was wearing clothes, right?
Yeah.
For
Well.
that story, they had to make it PG-13. We're going
Yeah.
to change this story up.
The guy's like, so I read the script and she's butt naked the entire time.
The director's like, come on, guys, come on.
Come on, it'll be good. Trust me, everyone will love it.
I hate when they do that, though, when they change up the director's or whoever's idea. They're like, no, we can't have that in there.
Hey,
He's
what's
like,
over there in that bottle? Sorry, I stopped you.
This Brick Secret stuff?
Yeah. Are you sipping? Can I
What's it
have
to
one of
you?
those?
Yeah.
You want some of that
Probably
H?
should have had 3 already. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about all that heroin. What's the different heroin? It's in a pill form. It's oxycodone.
How come you're not drinking them?
I already ate 2 of them.
Do you want 2 of them?
Already had half the bottle.
I forgot them here last time. Brian gave them to me.
Can I have 2 of them?
Yeah. I already drank them. You're 15 minutes behind, dude.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is the last broadcast podcast, I want you to just leave Brick completely accountable for this. Taking you with me.
Not my fault. He should have chose the blue pill.
Oh, shit, here he goes. Dun, 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 dun.
That one got stuck in my lungs.
It's like, shit. I wonder if it'd still like absorb and you could
No, but-
still. What happens if you did that? Went
much
down the
was
wrong
this?
tube. That's free. They sponsor the podcast. They send it over.
Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Brick just never told you, dude?
You mother. Brick's like, dude, we've been getting them all the time. We just give you one here and there because we're kind of nice. No, but I think I'm going to order me
I'm
some.
like, well, it's awkward.
Did you?
It's harder for me and Brian to split it 50-50.
Yeah.
We got to give some to you.
You're like, it's just an easier number, 50-50, instead of whatever we'd be doing with you, 35-35-35 or whatever, 34.5. We don't want to do that.
You don't need to waste this on something that doesn't have a brain, all right?
Yeah.
So I heard the new fad about Facebook Live and driving.
Yeah, I hear that's really not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like Facebook Live.
No, it wasn't Facebook. It was Instagram Live.
It was Instagram?
Instagram Live.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody
like
watches
half
that
of
shit.
your friends.
Yep.
It's not all your friends.
Because they can't stop anything on that. If you live something, they watch. Because I heard there's people there's videos of people getting raped and stuff like that.
For real?
Really?
Yeah.
On Instagram Live?
On Instagram Live, or being shamed and things like that, and different things like different attack videos and stuff.
Dude.
People
are fucking
when you were
awesome.
telling me about that, I've heard a lot of bad stories about the live.
Yeah.
I feel like, anyways, but I mean,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
live news in general.
Well,
This has been.
It's going to happen regardless of it being online, right?
Yeah.
So
it's
might
so
as well
true.
know who's doing it.
have
It's
the
kind of
option
like
of not
admitting to
looking,
guilt
too.
doing that.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have. I mean, like even when Admiral was telling us about it, I didn't have to look up the video. But when he showed it, it's like, holy shit! Yeah, it's such a realism to it, but especially with that girl and stuff. You're just.
What
I'm
girl?
flabbergasted in that video of that girl, the one that crashed the car, and she's like with her sister shaking her.
Oh, in California?
Yeah, the one that lifetime pretty much her sister's death. She's like,
Oh,
I love
so
her and
nasty.
shit. She's like, rest in peace, Mija, or whatever. I was like,
Oh, she's like...
she's like, I don't even give a shit. Rest in peace. I'm like,
that's
what
the last thing I wanted
fuck?
to do, but fuck it, you know.
Yeah, that is, I don't know. That's interesting to me.
I think people are... What was I saying earlier? They were in a bubble, in a sense. Like, hey, we could drive a million miles an hour down the fucking freeway and ain't nothing gonna happen. Where it's like... Because people don't see that every day. They don't see... Like, I'm pretty sure she was in more shock seeing her sister there than her rolling around.
I think so too.
Because it's like...
She seemed fucked up.
Oh,
Like,
she was definitely
drunk or
messed up.
something, yeah.
But I'm talking about her sister being messed up. But even the fact that she couldn't wrap her head around like what was going on with her sister.
Yeah, she was
It's
trying to
true,
wake her
yeah,
up,
it's
and
true.
her
Get up,
head had a hole in it.
I'm sorry. It's like it's gonna fix it.
That's what I mean. Like
Oh,
a lot of people are sheltered. That's the right word. From that. So it's like, I want to say in World War I, World War World War II, they were sending back pictures of exactly what was going on over there. So you could see the terrible shit. And they stopped doing that. I think in Vietnam, they stopped it. So the public doesn't actually see what's going on over there. You don't see people, like, dying.
bodies. And
You see numbers. So it's like, 36 dead today. 500 dead today. You don't see numbers. I mean, you see numbers, but you don't see pictures. You don't see the rawness.
well, there, dude,
Even
there's the
in
one
an
now.
accident, dude.
Even now, like you can't even take pictures of a casket. Like you're not
Yeah.
allowed to take pictures of any military caskets.
Well, even
Really?
if it's,
Yeah, you can't know they don't.
What the
So there's no
fuck?
body counts and stuff. You know.
It's also kind of funny too with like accidents, vehicular accidents. When police show up, everybody instantly everything gets covered up. You don't see nothing. You might see a little bit of blood here and there. But if someone dies at the accident, the only people who really see it is like the first 5 or 6 people at the accident, as far as civilians go. But everything else is covered up. There's no pictures, nothing. Everything's, in files, top secret. But then you go and that's why I like listening to RT, because their shit is raw to the bone. A lot of people say it's because it's Russia and it's a conspiracy trying to make America look bad. But I feel like they're genuine. So when there's like an accident and they're reporting on it, you see everything. You know what I mean? Like you see what happened to who, all the raw pictures.
Yeah, I
It's not covered
remember watching that one. I think it was a dude who was going to blow himself up in a subway. I don't remember. Maybe it was in like Russia. I think it was. But he was going to blow himself up, and this like heroic cop dude runs up and hugs him. Then you see him blowing up. But I think that's a better way to show the people.
Wait, the cop dies too?
Well, if you're going to hug the guy who's going to blow himself up, you're going to die to save people.
Oh,
the
I guess,
grenade.
yeah. Like he like pushes him away or something? What
No,
happens?
like the hug of death.
Oh.
So when he blows himself up,
It contains the
Yeah.
detonation. Damn.
Dude,
It's like jumping on a hand grenade.
yeah. But I was like, holy shit, that's nuts. But
But here, what
you
you would
see
see
it,
is just
yeah.
like the aftermath, and all you'd see is like the camera would be looking at the floor, a broken glass or something, and you actually wouldn't see anything. You just know it happened, but you wouldn't. Your brain wouldn't mentally categorize that as something
Here
horrific.
behind me, you can see where the body was flung through the glass, and this is where it initially landed, and majority of the damage and everything was done. Like, they don't even say that. They'd be like, and this is where the body landed, and then let's move on, you know? You wouldn't even see, like, oh,
It
shit,
would
the body went
probably
through,
be
got torn to
after-
pieces, you know? It's fucking, like, smashed up against the bench or whatever. Like,
And
oh
it
my
would
God.
probably be like a week or two after they did rebuilt everything, and they'd be like, the perp flew through this window here. Obviously, it was fixed. you
no,
know.
it'd be more like 1.5 miles from here, there was an accident.
1.5 miles in direction over there next to an Arby's.
I'm not allowed to say.
Oh god, dude, but that's true though.
And I don't know. For that kind of stuff, it's just kind of got to go with the flow, I guess.
Yeah.
Because what can you do? I guess even with the live stuff, because it is live, but then they save it. So I guess, you know, I like it and stuff like that because you get to be live and things. But even now, if you, especially with Instagram stories, you would come up and towards the end, it would have a little icon next to your photo, and it will say live, and it will say live as of 4 hours ago, and so it'll add to your story within the 24 hours. Which I guess is probably how that lady recorded that shit, because someone else probably pulled it up, because it doesn't look like they're commenting on it. You know, it's not like as if they were
I just
John
think
Jones or whatever, some guy doing it for a fight.
I think we need to have drones flying around everywhere, recording everything constantly.
It's pretty soon how. Well, they have areas like that downtown where they have a bunch of cameras, and
Are they setting up CCTV cameras in Salt Lake?
yeah, they have little areas where they have some of the signs, and they'll have a little website underneath it, and they'll say if you go to this website, you can see all the cameras or something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What we should do is
I should
go.
take pictures of them. I'm gonna start taking pictures.
Yeah, we should go around downtown and take pictures of these signs and just post them up on the website.
Dude, they have random ass stuff like downtown. Even random pieces of art, you know, like random street art. They have random signs like that where there's cameras all over. They have random, I feel like weird LDS artwork and stuff that they just slip into things. You know, Planet Caleb, and they have some weird globe thing. You're like, what? Okay,
Hell yeah, aliens.
Magical planet and stuff.
One thing I've been starting to do is finding myself in shady alleyways downtown. Dude, it is cool,
There's
right?
people down there, man. I mean, sorry.
No, I'm serious. So, like, when I was walking to Poplar Street the other day, I was walking through an alleyway, and you could see there's like a building on the left, and it had an old doorway, but the asphalt was layered so high that the asphalt came up halfway to the door. So the door was no longer usable because they like kept lifting the asphalt up. So it's like, it looks cool, but weird as shit too. And there was like windows that were like halfway under the asphalt and gates and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But I guess the building's sinking or something.
I can see that. They had an issue with that with the temple when they first built the temple. They came in, they originally built it, and then they built it all in sandstone and pretty much on basically that sand layer. Built it all down, and I can't remember what it was, but some they had the military or somebody came in and they had a period where they had to cover it, and so they covered it, and it was covered for like a certain period of time. And then when they uncovered it, all the sandstone and everything had been destroyed. It was all like unleveled and stuff, and they had to just scrap it all. And that's when they started using granite. So we need something solid, something heavy. We need to like base it out, do the thing.
So they destroyed the temple?
It was just the foundation of it. Because they only just had just the foundation. So luckily, they would have probably, if they wouldn't had someone come where they had to hide it for a period of time, they would have probably built the entire thing out of sandstone. Because it was a closer originally. Because then they had to build that whole mine cart. Because where we were last night for that fireworks and barbecue and stuff up there in Big Cottonwood, right around that edge, right when you first come into the top part, they have an old like railway kind of, where that's where we were at. So it was like wooden rail where they would probably just put the big slides of granite and just push the carts down.
Kind of like the Egyptians did.
Pretty much. And so that's probably exactly what they did. Because the thing took like 80 years. So like, most of the people that started died, and then their kids finished it. So like it's
If they only had modern
for
medicine.
prosper,
If they had Jesus, they would have lived forever.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What if his real name isn't really Jesus and you got to say the right name to actually like bring him back to listen to your prayers? And everyone's just been doing it wrong.
Beetlejuice.
Dude, that movie fucking twisted my mind when I was little.
They're making a new one, aren't they?
A new Beetlejuice?
So I thought.
What the fuck is going on with these people, dude?
Remaking the same one.
I like movies like Ready Player One. It's something new. It's different.
Yeah.
I like the new Sour Patch movie that's coming out.
Don't be looking at my Sour Patch Kids and getting all ideas.
Dude, to be honest, it's probably they don't have enough original content. I feel like this Ready Player One, you know, is kind of a more unique thing because you notice certain ones that kind of have good stories, like Hunger Games or Harry Potter,
and they blow
up. Blow up because most of the things are the basic same story. You hear the same narratives, the same. Even with like action movies, you have Transformers, all this stuff. You know what you're gonna watch. Crazy thing, villains almost win, save the day. You know, Carnage, basically.
They should have
Avengers,
one where the
all that
villains
shit's
win
the same.
at the end of the story.
That'd be kind of interesting, and then bring it into the next movie if it was like a 2-part series and stuff, and the movie with them losing it.
Yeah, I guess I felt that way about Planet of the Apes, or War for the Planet of the Apes, or whatever. Because it's like I really wanted the people to win, but it's like they're not.
Oh yeah,
they're not gonna win.
How is it of Planet of the Apes if they don't win?
That's what I'm saying.
You
like,
know?
I know, but it was bothering me because I didn't want the monkeys to win, dude. I was like, no.
People are probably wondering, how did it happen? I wonder how they took control.
Yeah, I know, but still, though, they should have been like, psych, humans never lose. Fucking poof, shoots a monkey in the head.
It's weird. I wonder if it would have happened like that. I feel like it would come to that point. I
think it would come to that point, too.
I feel
just
like
nuke California off the face of the planet.
I don't think so.
I feel like they did that with some kind of a zombie apocalypse and stuff. That's why I was always kind of nervous, I guess, moving in California, too, because you're stuck at the water. You can't go that way. If you had to run, you're stuck. The only way you can go is east. You can't go west. No more. Yeah, unless you had a boat. That's true. And then some people want that. They think they'll be safe out there. But I'm like, say the virus happened in San Diego. Fucking, yeah. I'm almost positive they'd probably nuke it, and I bet they'd seal off the area. Or wherever it was, they'd be like, we have to contain it. The small amount of lives that died was in order to save blah, blah, blah. The president's life, because at this point, the Trump will be like, so zombies are fired.
No, he'll be like, we'll make this Mexican wall. We'll make the Mexican wall go around San Diego.
Yeah. We'll build a wall around the town.
We'll make them pay for it.
We'll make the zombies pay for it, huh?
He didn't just growl at me. He just got 10 feet taller.
Yeah. Zombies are paying for it. I really haven't, I guess, been hearing much about that kind of stuff. It's been nice.
What, zombies?
Trump. Even with zombies, down. Dude.
What?
I haven't been hearing much zombie talk. It was really popular. The Walking Dead's kind of fizzled.
It's because Game of Thrones has started. We're 2 episodes in.
Game of Thrones.
Have you guys watched it?
No, I haven't watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
You've never watched a single...
Nope.
I was thinking about this. Wouldn't it be cool to have Admiral watch the newest episode and just like make him take notes and see what he comes up with in his mind?
I'd be like, fake.
You're wrong.
Gay.
The zombies would have won.
I'm like, that outfit doesn't even belong in that era. Fake.
Maybe we can get him to try and like pick the first, like watch the last episode and then be like, hey, describe the first episode or something.
Like the first episode's a lot like this one, just a lot boring.
And pretty much the whole cast is different. Pretty much everyone's dead. There's pretty much like.
I think that's a good way of doing it. It's like the Doctor Who series. It's a good way of stretching it out through freaking million seasons. Make sure the character dies and explain how he can come back. And
so you keep getting someone fresh and fresh and fresh.
It's like, the king is dead. It's all right. He had a cousin in Northern Ireland. All right. Yeah.
He looks similar. Yeah, right. They were close cousins.
It looks exactly like him. It's the same character.
Well, me and my cousin look a lot alike. And one time when we used to work together, one lady asked us if we were brothers. She's like, you guys brothers? We're like, oh, no, we're cousins. And she's like, I knew you were related somehow. You guys have like a similar walk. I was like, that's so weird.
Should be like,
out of
it's
everything,
my big dick.
It puts my center of gravity to the front.
It's like you're just leaning forward.
Everywhere you go, it's
like those little kid, like a kid with a big head, they fucking like kind of lean forward, like.
After my great grandpappy,
head's going first.
Nobody else could go to the Grand Canyon. He accidentally walked off. No,
I want to go to the Grand Canyon and see that.
What about your grandpappy?
The bridge.
I heard his.
That's what I want to see, dude. I I gotta give him respect. He was freaking flying, free balling for sure. Just like,
I love Earth. He literally.
he was soaring over America. They changed the freaking U.S. state or U.S. country bird from the bald eagle to pair of ball sacks. It's like, look at him go, so manly. That'd be a horrible thing to like switch it up. Everyone's like, so should we like ditch the country or?
What do we do now?
I'd be like, well, I guess I'm moving to Canada, boys.
So do other countries have that? I don't feel.
What, an eagle?
Yeah, have
smaller
their
birds?
their country bird, you know, or their,
I think they do.
they're like country
Yeah.
gun and stuff.
I know Utah is one of the very few states that has a state gun. And fucking 1911, dude.
I was gonna be like the noisy cricket. Like
Men
the-
in black.
I thought it was weird that when I figured out that the seagull was a coastal bird, and it was our fucking state bird.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you were in the middle of the fucking desert, and the seagull's our fucking state bird.
Yeah, where's the sea?
Because it saved the grain.
That's bullshit. I
All
think
the locusts.
I think the state bird that we should have is probably.
The pigeon.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like the pigeon,
dirty
dude.
pigeon.
The dirty fucking. That's probably New York's bird.
Oh, shots fired. What you hear? New York's bird. We're rapping about pigeons.
They're probably like, hey, can't deny it, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, we can't deny it. There's
just fucking-
big as rats here.
Scat riots are everywhere. But they could be hunting them down. You watch the people hunt them down, like the rats down with dogs. They have like little tiny like
Oh,
poodles
yeah.
and like Pomeranians and wiener dogs and shit, and they hunt rats and they like fuck them up.
That's nasty.
Like grab
I've
them, like
seen that.
shake them around, like toss them, and like no joke. The little poodles, poodles for one are pretty much like elite hunting dogs. They're like bred for it, you know.
Yeah.
And they're super smart, and so like the little ones are just like them, but then I guess perfect for hunting rats. So instead of being
Hit in small places.
yeah, the poodle's one of the better bird dogs. You know, they understand it better. They're better at hunting. They're fast, strong, and big. And so
I would
little
never have a
version.
poodle as my hunting dog. Imagine showing up to a hunting show.
they had one. They did
Everyone's
have
got
that.
like badass dogs. You're like, this is my poodle.
The guy in
His name
that
is
show. What
Fluffy.
the fuck is that show? Where those guys they like made the whistles?
The fucking bearded dudes.
Yeah, Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, the old
Duck
guy.
Dynasty.
He's got a poodle.
Really?
Yeah, his dog. Because he had a dog and it was like not doing that good and stuff, and then so he picked himself up a dog and he's like, "These are the best ones." I don't mind them.
Oh, it's okay.
But I guess if you don't have to shave them weird like that, or maybe if you just shaved them all the way off, and they look more like
rats.
they look like
Great Dane.
greyhounds. Yeah, Great Dane. Yeah,
Oh, let me just pop this bag open.
it's like all this sugar goes up his nose, crusty like rock salt. For everyone wondering what that smell was, that's the smell of cocaine. Everyone's just taking a
Cocaine.
fresh smell of cocaine.
Hey,
That's what he's saying.
get away from my bag of cocaine. It's basically cocaine. So sugar is.
Do a line of the powder, the sugar in the bottom.
Of the Sour Patch Kids sugar. Like,
That'd be the worst, dude. I don't get that stuff. That stuff is crazy because
what, cocaine?
dude, I get water in my nose and I'm like,
Brick's like, I'm
I was
going to
not
party
cut
like
out
a
for
rock
that
star.
shit.
I was not cut out. I don't even know how it, like,
I just stick to
does it get in your veins or
Same.
something through your nose?
in your bloodstream and stuff too. Yeah, absorbs to the capillaries and things like that. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, quit chewing in your fucking microphone. Have some respect.
dude. You can probably like I think
Respect.
do that with a lot of this stuff.
Respect.
If you want, you can just put the cocaine like
your butt?
yeah, and a little tiny piece of toilet paper.
What?
Try to figure out how they do it. I don't know how do you shove powder up your ass.
It's just, you gotta be.
Bend over and have someone blow
You're like,
it.
yeah, you're like hunched over a toilet. You're like pushing it, and it's like falling out. Shit.
It's like this guy. Hey, Tony, I need to ask you a question. I need to ask you a favor, brother.
Hey, where's
What?
Fat Tony, huh?
I just need you to put this straw in my butt and just blow.
He's like, hey, you want to do a little blow? He's like, yeah. What do you mean? He goes over there and says, hell yeah, man. Go in there. He's like, oh, you do blow? He's like, yeah, blow. He's like, oh, perfect, man. He's like, help me first. Assumes a position, baby pose, like a baby, you know, getting a diaper change, legs up over the head. Go on, get in there.
And what the hell are we doing? This is the best way to do it. Trust me.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, use the straw. I don't want any like leftover crummies maybe getting on the hair and we're going to waste.
Imagine the time you forget the straws. You got to get up in
It's like
there.
a cocaine dingleberry. Like, what's this?
Like, holy shit, your ass hair grows so fast.
It's like,
It's animated. It's like coming out like a
Fucking Play-Doh.
yeah. Holy
remember those
Christ!
Play-Doh things? I liked Play-Doh and stuff, but I used to love eating Play-Doh.
Eating it?
No,
God damn, dude.
no, I never understood that. I used to hate the smell of Play-Doh.
I used to
People
love it.
people use like ate Play-Doh. I was like, dude, fuck the Play-Doh, dude.
I didn't understand eating glue. What the fuck was up with that? Did you
It was
eat glue?
delicious. I
I
used
don't
to
know. I
sniff
never
it.
got any.
Really? Mm-hmm. Damn, that's gross.
What I would do is I would spread it on my hand.
That's different than eating it.
Well, you didn't let me finish. Then I'd dry it and I'd peel it off and I'd
Wow.
keep doing it.
Beef jerky status.
And then I just
It's a fruit roll-up.
yeah. No, I'm kidding. I never used to drink or sniff glue. I used to put crayons up my nose.
It's like then I drop.
That way, when I needed an emergency crayon, I could just have one.
Achoo.
You could probably become an
More
artist
pink?
like that. Film some weird video, put on YouTube. The artist uses his mind solely to create works of art by shoving 2 crayons up his nose and uses figure 8 motions to draw art. It's like you just like got your face on a piece of paper.
It's like he's only
Got a
got blue
bidet
and
on.
yellow up there. How does he create red? That is blood from his capillary.
Yeah, it's like pounding it on there.
You're just a little special. I colored
Other people,
too many times.
people probably like that because it's kind of fancy. He did what? You know,
It's like,
drew
dude,
with his nose.
he only used
Did he lose
3
his
crayons.
arms? No, he didn't lose his arms. His hands work all right. His hands work pretty good, actually. He works with his hands. He's a pretty good, skilled little worker. But he used his face to draw. It's like, yeah. It's like, I feel bad for him. I'll give him money. I'll donate to his charity.
Fucking savage. That's what you got to do to be a professional artist nowadays. Is just be retarded.
Dude, that's how some of those, like, rappers.
That was pretty rough of me to say, but seriously.
Yeah, because that's kind of a hate word now. You're not supposed to take
No.
saying that, yeah.
You know what? I took that as a microaggression of you, restricting
yeah.
my freedom of speech, telling me I'm microaggressing you or whatever.
Spewing hate towards...
Look, dude, if you don't want to be an American, you could just get out.
Gone.
Get gone, boy.
I got nowhere else to go.
There's plenty of countries that take people.
Do they?
Yeah.
If I were to...
Syria?
Not
It's-
anymore.
it's-
Get over there.
Would there be? I wonder if you could be like, I'm going to apply for somewhere else, dude. Just try it out. Put my app out there. See what country takes me.
I think what countries would take
Civilian.
you probably
Looking for a
Canada,
new country.
Great Britain. They're like, oh, you want to come back? You want to come back? No.
Oh, come here.
You stay there. You got there. You're staying there.
Come here. You have to drink 2 packs of tea every hour for 50 days for each state.
Until you become British.
Like, all right, and then right at the end,
We're going to break
like,
out
"You're
a
on the
couple of
last
your
cup."
teeth.
They come in and they freaking pour tar
Stretch your nose out.
right on your face.
You're going to look like the British dude off of Family Guy.
Get tarred and feathered. You fucking American, because that's how we did to them. And then Tea Party, whatever. I don't know, Tea Party treason or some shit. What is that? And they dump all the
Boston
tea.
Tea Party.
Yeah. Dump all the
This is
tea,
what
tar
we
and
think of your
feathered.
tea. Burn the boat.
Let's
Think
put
about
it in
that
the
shit,
lake.
dude.
And then the British people are like, joke's on you. They jump into the lake and start drinking it because it all tastes like tea. Duh.
Yeah, it's
Duh.
funny. Yeah, like, perfect. But the poor workers on there,
like
they're
a
the ones that
big-
get tarred and feathered and shit, and they're like, dude, I'm just driving this fucking tea here, you know? Probably like some cool people.
I don't even like
Like-
this shit.
Yeah. The queen's the one that's here, you tar and feathering them. It's just like, yeah, get the worker fucking...
Dude, that's the dumbest thing I could never think of. It's like the dude that's working. Get him. It's like, I'm just trying to make a living. Well, you're going to pay for it. Oh, fuck.
People do that shit now. I bet if it was a different time, they probably did stuff like that. Off with the hand. He stole 20 shillings from me. Because, like, now, dude, people are, like, they treat customers and shit like that. Everyone's problem is, like, the most important problem, you know?
I'd be like, but wait. If you leave his hand, he could earn you the shillings twice as fast. I'd be a good lawyer back
Shackle
then.
them.
Shackle
But if you
his
shackle his feet.
He's a British lover. Get out! Time portal. Time portal.
Cut both their feet off. It's like,
Oh yeah, he can with his hands.
What
So
would-
he doesn't need his feet.
What would you rather? Would you rather have them chop your hands off or chop your feet off?
fucking neither.
They're like, you're losing
What year
two.
is it?
The year's 2017.
Oh, hands.
Hands?
Yeah, because then you'd most likely be able to get them robotic, right?
Good robot ones.
No.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if you're gonna take me anywhere, take my heart. Stab me in the heart where I love my country the most.
I'd
And
just
I'd
get
have a
two,
stab-proof vest on.
I've changed my lifestyle up, dude. If I had lost, I'd get my hands cut off.
I'd be
Change
like
my
one hand,
lifestyle,
one leg.
Get 2 hooks for each hand, and then I'll just kind of hang out different areas around
Like
town.
a raptor?
Yeah, and so when someone starts driving kind of in the parking lot, I'll just come out from behind the corner and start running. Speed up and hurry and jump on the back of the car and hit my spikes in there. Start climbing up it. Trying to climb inside. Maybe
It's a prank,
I'll
bro.
have
It's a
them-
prank.
People that took your hands and gouged your eyes out?
just random people, then
Eye
be
for
like,
an
what the
eye.
heck, and just assume the life of T2.
T2.
Yeah, Terminator, the second one, the one that guy, remember, he like chases him down. He like the liquid things like chin, 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 and he's got these like little 2 spiky arms. And he
Oh, yeah.
jumps on the car and he's like,
Except
like-
you'd have like shitty aluminum ones that probably bend when they hit steel.
that's all right.
Fall on the ground. Semi truck.
Takes my legs off. Then I'm like the Blade Runner. Fucking takes the rest of it off. Pretty soon I'm just like,
Got
a
like
head and a
roll
bat.
it. You're like, oh damn, I should have went with steel arms. I don't know what I was thinking. Aluminum ones were more efficient.
Tinfoil really was a bad idea.
Save it on cost.
Saving on money.
It's like,
Saving on weight. I want to be fast.
or they just see it's like a piece of wood underneath. Like, is that wood? It's like just wrapped in tinfoil and stuff.
It's aluminum or steel.
Cheap
You cheap ass motherfucker.
ass. I did
With
that
legs, like pirate legs.
Yeah.
Wrapped in aluminum. They're metal. They're wood. They're metal.
Yeah, that'd be the horrible. You wake up from surgery and stuff. You like look at your new prosthetics. $1,500 later, you're like,
They're just 2x4s drilled into your kneecaps.
well, yeah, just looking at it.
Are those termites?
I have this weird feeling that I have like a splinter. Is that supposed to be normal? He's like, yeah, it's totally fine, totally fine. It's
It's
a wood
fake.
fucking steak. That's how they plant it. And it's like
God.
down this, into the bone and stuff. It's about the same consistency.
Little did I know it was a magic tree they used, and its essence grew inside of you, and now you became Groot.
Oh, that'd be interesting. It's like a
Yeah,
U-log.
there you go.
It's like,
You're like, oh, it's growing. Oh, not just that. That's not just growing, but everything's growing. Oh. When you become Groot.
it's how
How-
Groot evolves.
How horrible would that be looking wise? Like half
Roots
man,
growing?
half fucking tree.
No, the tree would eventually engulf you. Like you would just become full tree. But
Over your cells.
that look of it like tearing everything apart,
Yeah.
like as it's growing, would be terrible looking.
It'd be like The Fly. Have you seen the movie The Fly? When he makes the teleporter.
Kill me!
Yeah, and he like
Kill
teleports the
me!
2 of them. Halfway through, he's like growing weird hairs and shit. He's like starting to do that fly shit, just getting strong, kind of.
Dude, I fucking hate flies. Ever told you that?
I hate wasps. Did I ever tell you that?
I'd rather, honestly, have a wasp flying around me than a fly.
Flies are annoying, but wasps piss me
You
off.
know
'cause they're
what I
wasps.
think
They
about
kill all the
flies?
good bees.
I think they're dead people.
What, wasps?
Flies
I think so too.
come back to life.
Like, shoot fly, don't bother me. Shoot
They're just
fly,
like, hey,
don't bother
because
me.
have you ever noticed like some of them are just like, what's up? I know you're trying to hit me, but I want to talk to you. You're just
Hanging
like,
out
God
still.
damn it.
There's the one of the fly that's bugging a cat. Did you see that? Mm-mm. It's like lands on its forehead. It's like flies by its ear, goes flying back on its forehead, and the cat like snags him out of the air and eats him. And it's like, damn, dude, you got wrecked.
Cats have crazy reflexes.
Capital R-E-K-T, dude. Wrecked.
Backwards K.
Yeah, or would it be W
What?
W-R-E wreck.
No, it's an R, dude.
No.
When was the last time you were on the internet?
Was a backwards K.
But he's like, 7 years
Yeah.
and 4 score ago.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
What's the internet? This is straight up like a time. What's this internet you speak of?
Well,
Is it like a moving talkie?
a moving talkie.
Yeah, because back in the day it was a movie, so it was just moving. They actually didn't talk. And so when they started having like words, they started calling them talkies.
Talkie picture.
But then
A talk easy?
but because they had talk in it, and they just called them that. But movie was the original, so that just
Do you mean a speakeasy?
No, dude, a talk easy. What's a
What's talking
What's a
hard?
speakeasy?
like don't talk hard on me.
If you have to ask, it's way too expensive.
Speakeasy, it's like an old, private club for
Okay.
drinking
Okay.
back in the Prohibition.
We
days.
should open up a speakeasy.
They have one here, Bourbon House.
Really?
Sorry.
Is it private?
I don't know what you're talking about. What were we talking about?
Oh,
No,
I see.
it's-
I see where you fucking went there, you son of a bitch.
You can go to it. It's underground. It's underneath the Wells Fargo building.
Let me ask that question again. Is it private?
Don't do it. Yeah, it's a private club for members, 21 and plus, huh?
What you got? What you gonna do about it? Yeah,
That's pretty cool. They got like all the whiskey lined in the walls when you first go down there.
Oh hell yeah!
But you do have to bring your own straw.
Yeah,
Straw.
so you can tap down into the barrel.
Oh, that's dope.
That'd be cool, actually. I'll take one sip. It's like, shh.
That would be
Sip
kind of
of
cool
straw.
if they had a speakeasy if like alcohol was illegal, which it probably will become illegal. Yeah, especially in Utah. But if you had like holes in walls, where-
Oh no!
not that kind of hole in the wall.
Like, hear me out. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Everybody buckle up.
Everybody, buckle up.
I've already heard it. We all have heard Admir's ideas with the whole
Okay, no, seriously though. Here's the idea: you come into the bar and you have a straw, and they give you a number and what you ordered. So, like, let's say you ordered beer and your number's 23, or you're sitting with your buddies at the table. You put your straw in the wall, and somebody on the other side of the wall has your beer set up right there. So your straw just slides into it, and you're drinking it. So if the cops come in, everybody's just got straws. Nobody's got nothing.
Why are you guys sucking off the wall? Huh?
We're just sucking over there.
He's like, okay. He's like, there's something going on in this freaking complex. You guys over here, straws with holes in the walls. Guys over there, freaking upside down with freaking chugging beers up their butts.
You can't be chugging beer in your butt.
Dude, you ever heard of butt chugs?
Yeah, Steve-O does it, right?
Yeah, dude. And you just fish your straw down in there the whole time. You're thinking, you're like,
He
what is
wouldn't
this
say
special
beer.
dynamic?
He'd be like, you guys over here sipping out of the, like, with your straws in the walls, and you guys over here with straws in your butts coming out of the walls.
With their butts against the walls.
What's going on in here? That'd be pretty funny.
I think I'm gonna open a business. I got a business model.
Speakeasy. How come these holes are a lot bigger than all the other ones?
Open up
Those
a
are
speak
special holes.
I feel like open up a bar.
What would you call it? The
Suck.
hole in the wall?
Yeah.
I'd call it
There's
holes
a
in the
place,
wall.
or what is that?
The
how does that
holy
song
wall.
go?
There's a place in town where the holes in the walls.
Or in
Dude, it'd be called
The people
the
can see
true
it all or
holy
whatever.
place.
again,
It's got a bunch of holes in it.
holy grail, or maybe it's
The
you call it
glorious-
Swiss cheese or
Glorious of holes.
holes.
Yeah, the glorious holes.
You
The
just call it
glorious
holes.
hole.
Call it holes. Just everyone get the shovel and stuff like that.
Everybody
Dig it
come
up.
on down to the
How
glorious hole.
Shia LaBeouf is a frequent.
Just do it. It's like, I forgot to bring my straw, guys. What am I supposed to do? Well, you could just put your lips on it and suck on the hole and see what comes out.
Damn, I was gonna talk about it. Okay.
It's like, hey, a straw came out.
Get a twirly straw. You remember that shit? I remember when we were
Ayo.
younger, they used to have like fancy like twirly straws. People would make those dumbass ones that would like go as glasses over their thing. 90s straws.
Dude, those would probably be good air conditioning if you think about it. A cold beer going around your face.
Oh hell
keeping
yeah, it's
you
like
cool.
Freon and shit. It's like
Hell yeah. It's like a human radiator right on your face. That's what we should invent.
Radiator.
Radiator glasses.
You're like, oh, it's really keeping me warm here. And you take them off, it's like
burning.
round burns on your eyes.
It's really keeping me warm.
Oh my god. Or was it you the one that had the idea of the fidget spinner hat thing?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I'm giving away someone's idea, but like do a fan like type of thing.
That
You could just do like certain things like that. It's like
I just got a good idea.
free on around the hat.
We'll make air conditioning sunglasses, and they'll just have 2 fans in your eyes.
No filter.
Okay.
So it's just straight up. You caught a fly. Here come the guts.
Right in your eye. Ah!
Oh. Or how dry they'll fucking be. You go take them off. You go to like do a blink.
Yeah.
It's like probably couldn't even do it. They'd be stuck. It's like it's so dry it couldn't even push past the.
That's the best part is everybody's just got dry eyes, and then we'll open up another market for eye drops.
Sell them right next door.
Genius.
You just have them come in one way and then you exit another way. But when they exit the other place, and that's
Don't
where they see
forget
that
eye
place
drops.
right there. Yeah.
Fan drops.
Yeah,
So you put them in the fans.
and they sprinkle water. And you're constantly blinking. I can barely see what these things are.
Sprinkle water in your face, huh? Just like that.
It looks.
Drip, drop, drip.
It looks like you're crying. I'm not. She's freaking awesome air conditioning shades for the summer.
Dude, that's what they're gonna have to produce. They'll have them on. You'll have it with your Google Glass and stuff like that. Be all hooked on, basically like Wall-E. Except for there's more like a face mask. Maybe yours. That's how it'll be, a fucking face mask. Be like
Spraying water.
fucking Mister. Remember they
It'll
used
be
to make
solution.
controllers with little fans in them, so you blow air in there, and so you wouldn't be sweating. You know,
Keep your palms dry.
Palms,
Pro
yeah.
gamer.
Mad Cats.
Mm.
They're out of
That
business.
feels. Oh, they are.
Oh yeah.
I guess it doesn't surprise me.
They probably sold it to some other company. I think it was Skull
Do you feel
Candy.
Console
kidding.
gaming will survive?
Console
yeah.
gaming?
Yeah,
Yeah.
forever and ever. You think? Or do you think it's
Only for the fact of streaming.
I think if
Netflix,
VR
and all that shit.
If they can make VR like they did in Ready Player One, I think VR would win.
Oh yeah,
Over it.
it'd win everything.
Just because everybody would want it.
but then you'd have to have the space, right?
Just a bedroom.
probably an area? Do you think it would be in maybe some kind of grid, maybe some kind of 3D system that you'd be stuck in, or maybe it would be like a chain that would hold you? Because what would stop you?
Well, they've already got them. They're like little. They're like
not little.
3D. They're not little. One would probably fit in the middle of this room comfortably fine.
Like on a treadmill, or would
It's
it be
it's a good. It's a
motion?
3D. It's a 360 treadmill that like you tie your chest in, your stomach into, and wherever you run, it twists with you. It's pretty neat looking.
So you actually have to move.
Yeah, and you have to actually run. Like the faster you run, the faster your guy moves in game. So I think those would
So
be
all
really
the fat
interesting.
people would lose.
Yeah, or they'd die. Like if you play on a game like Player Battlegrounds, where there's a lot of running, people would be in shape.
Oh yeah.
And like if you're playing games like that, or even games like DayZ, it would make those games way more realistic, and people in general would be in shape.
What if we go back to like the olden day style, back where when you were in shape, it was not as, I guess, it was more of like frowned upon because they knew you were like a worker, and sometimes you weren't as well off, compared to when you were like fat. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, you're healthy. You're doing well off." You know, because
Yeah, but that's
eat a
back in
lot.
the Roman days.
you gotta be a glutton. You know, you gotta. Ooh,
But I'm thinking in the future, people, if we go towards that, like VR, 360 treadmill thing, people will start looking like Roman gods, and everybody will be a nerd.
Well, yeah, do you think if they are in that world, they'll have, you know, an icon like a Bitmoji? You know, people make their own, like, or even in that when they have their, you know, avatar. Even with them being all buff, you think, or so they'd even create their own weird image.
You could probably create your own image, but I think a lot of people, especially nowadays, we're all kind of obsessed with our own images. So if you think like Brian was saying earlier, you're like, I've got the best butt in the room. Everybody that thinks they're the best looking would like to make their avatar look like them. To
Or do you think the best
attract
version
people.
of themselves? Maybe?
Yeah.
Or,
the best versions of themselves. So like even if you were super overweight and it was your first 15 minutes on the treadmill, you'd still make your character look super good or make him look like an elf or something crazy until you eventually became to that, or you stopped playing because you couldn't run.
What if it was just a roulette wheel and it just randomly selected for you permanently?
That would suck.
That's basically how life starts.
Yeah, that's like
Exactly.
real life.
Here you go. And you're
There
like,
you go.
It'd have one
You
for
look
each
like
part
a
of the
fucker.
body.
Yeah.
It's like, please select a head. Spin. Permanent baldness, and you're gonna have a funny shaped chin. Oh, god damn it! Let's go height. Midget. I was like, oh god damn it! Like, dude, I'm really
legs.
winning on this one.
6'5" legs. I'm a fucking grasshopper. I'm a fucking grasshopper.
Wait, 108. It's like, oh shit.
108.
Thin.
You're like super skinny, super
You're
tall.
a T-Rex. You have little arms and a really big head.
It's like, ding, done. Opens the fucking oven. It's like, you just pop out. Bleep.
It's beautiful. It's like,
Ready Player One. Let the kids begin. That's just it. Basically, essentially, how it almost feels like, too.
there's a random statistic. Spin it. It's like, you got a Kim Kardashian butt.
You're like, oh, fuck, you're a guy. You're like, fuck. Trying to bring it back and stuff.
I'm a bald midget with super long legs. I'm super skinny with a big ass butt.
Fat OS.
He's like, at least I got the butt.
Attributes. Ting.
Fat ass.
A glutton.
Glutton.
Did you be making
Character
money,
gets
dude?
hungry very fast. You're like, oh god damn it.
Some of the, dude, some of the, I guess, vices or bullshit that sometimes people get dealt with, you're just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, dude. The Wheel of Fortune for life is pretty shitty.
Not unless you have the wheel under your command. Then it'd be fun.
Yeah. Imagine if the wheel also gives you your spawn location. You're like, all right, here we go, baby, America. Kenya. Damn it. God damn it.
Would you change it? If
My
you could,
character's
though?
not going to live very long.
If say that goes through the whole spinner thing and all of a sudden it's like, but then it just stops and you could change. Would you change it? Be like, oh, push it from Kenya. You're like, do a couple clicks, like Kentucky or whatever, you know. You switch it.
Kentucky. And little do you know, but it's a little town in Kenya named Kentucky.
It's fine.
You're like, yes, let's go there. It's like, you're still there. What the fuck? Welcome to Kentucky, Kenya. It's like, God damn it.
So yeah, it's a place where they try to put an American Providence, and then they're really pissed off about it, and so now they've taken it back, and then you appear, oh shit!
It's like
you swine bastard, back
You grasshopper looker.
It's it's like a place in China called USA, so that you could build stuff in that
USA.
province, and it could say built in the USA. And it's like lands on that. It's like tick, 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 USA. You're like, yes, I'll take it. Next thing you know, you're a little Chinese baby. What the fuck?
This baby got a long leg.
Made in U.S. We'll open it up with Disneyland China.
Mulan?
Or do they? No, they don't. I don't know if they should have that because I know they had. Well, they tried to do Europe Disneyland or whatever. Euro Disney. And it was like
They have a Japanese one, right?
they have a bunch of them all over, but that one cost like millions and millions and millions, and they had to close it down or something like that. I was watching a crazy. They had a bunch of these videos of weird history of a bunch of rides and shit. They have some rides like in Oklahoma where they, people build them, and halfway through, companies go out of business, and other companies like take them over, and so they're not structurally sound, and they're going through like lawsuits, and people always having to close them down and turn them back. Like there's some interesting like controversy on a bunch of them, people getting hurt and messed up on them and stuff. But they have some even with like Disneyland and stuff, like with the 10,000 Leagues Below the Sea. Like they had the submarine ones. And for a big portion of the years and years that they've had them there, they couldn't even use them because they had no really attractions that would work. They do the 10,000 Leagues, no one liked it, no one would go watch it, They did Little Mermaid, no one really liked it.
They buried it under the ground and built on top of it?
Well, they kept pulling out the submarines and trying to get rid of them, but then before you can get rid of them, they'd have a Navy inspect them. And every single time, they're like, you got 70 years, you got like 50 years, you still got plenty of years, And so when they finally had the inspection, they kept trying to do something for each movie, and the only reason that they still finally found something now that works was because they freaking released Finding Nemo, and so they used Finding Nemo, and it was a hit again. But like all the way up until that point, like it was just a giant piece of like wasted real estate, giant thing of water and everything never used, all the submarines, all that stuff. Disneyland, in the I think it's like Neverland Park or something, or maybe it's outside of it, but it's like You know, in the one in California, it's those little yellow submarines you kind of get in your own. I'm not sure if it even actually goes all the way underwater. I think you like climb down in it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
And it just kind of grinds along the bottom.
nice. Or you like look down it. I want to say, dude, even they might give you some bullshit like screen in there. You might not even see
Look,
it.
dude, I think you're triggering me because I've never even been to Disneyland, and I'm kind of fucking pissed.
Dude, like, I'm
right now.
sensitive about it. All my
I'm a little
friends
sensitive.
always would go to Disneyland.
All my friends have been to Disneyland except for me. These microtransactions that you're sending my way are really
Microaggressions.
whatever.
They are. Micro somethings. I know they're there. I know they're out there. I see them.
They're like Wi-Fi.
Don't like it.
I can't touch them, but I know they're there,
I feel it in my teeth. It's gritty.
and it's pissing me off.
Ooh, wouldn't that be crazy if you could do that? Make a wish or something to be like, I wish to see Wi-Fi. All of a sudden, it's like, just like little bits of numbers.
You just go
floating through the
blind.
air.
Can't see, guys. All I'm seeing is Snow Crash.
It's like,
That's a good book I read.
Oh, that'd be horrible because then you could see what everybody's looking at,
It
right?
well,
yeah,
it depends. If there's so much stuff flying around, you might not be able to
Wi-Fi?
see anything because it'd be like
catching the info, you know?
like bees, dude. Look at those poor bastards. They're starting to die out.
Oh, because
That's a false myth.
on a side note, I watched how it was made magnets. I don't know. I was kind of interested in the magnet things.
Because they're
That's
magic, dude.
Dude, they are kind of magic. It's just a piece of metal they like electrocute, and it just gets this charge in it, you know. And
It's like Pokemon.
yeah, dude,
Electrocute.
it's like you're good now. Guy just plugs it in, basically like sits it on a machine. It's like buzz, or like cook them and stuff. And dude, on a side note, that's just crazy in itself. The way that how it's made magic.
I think magnets are like you can polarize a screwdriver just by putting it through a little hole.
You can do it too with
Seen those tools?
or if you take even if you could do it on a nail or on another screwdriver and you rub them together, and then you were to go use that same nail or screw, it'll pick it up. It'll magnetize it for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Or even I would rub it against my magnet on my level sometimes, and it would magnetize mine, and then I'd put it down on the screw and stuff. I could pick it up with my screwdriver.
Have you seen those little tool things that come with screwdrivers now?
No?
It's got a positive and a negative on one side, and it tells you like you put the screwdriver in through one hole and you kind of like drag it up and around, and it makes your screwdriver magnetic. And then you could flip that little piece of metal around and put it in through the negative side, and slide it through there, and it demagnetizes your screwdriver.
Really?
Yeah,
Can you do that with any piece of metal you stick in there?
it's if it fits through the little screwdriver hole. Yeah,
That's badass.
because I didn't know what the hell it was. It's got a positive and a negative, and one's to make it magnetic, one's to remove it, and it's pretty dope.
That'd be really cool.
Damn.
Make magnets out of all the spare metal you have. Make cool
And just
things.
throw them. You know, it'd be really cool. Magnetic arrows.
Dude.
So when you shoot them,
Why did-
kill a deer, then you
That-
pull out
why
your
didn't they
giant
think of
cartoon
that?
magnet, brings your arrow right back.
Think about that. Why didn't they think about that? That like a couple guys hiding behind a tree. Dude, that's probably how magic started back in the day. Freaking sees a guy kind of on the side of the tree, just goes curves around because goes magnetized right to his chainmail. Fucking
That'd have to be a really strong magnet.
dude,
Neodymium, rare earth magnet,
that's how Merlin was
right through a
became a
tree.
magician because he knew magnets. It's like because maybe he's found a high enough power magnet where it just like makes things levitate. Because I seen a video of that. This guy's just they just high powered an electric magnet, a big ass one, and it was making like strawberries and shit hover. He's just sitting just on its own electrical magnetical field or whatever. Not even considering, say, you put that loaded into some Red Bull can. You just give all these people these smashed Red Bull can magnets and stuff like that. Sell them at farmers market. Retro snus can magnet. Fucking. I think that'd be cool.
That's a good idea.
Do you guys want to grab some pizza?
Not really, dude.
I'm fucking hungry.
Glutton.
I'm
Long
a glutton,
legs.
dude.
Midget body.
I love the pie hole. Probably one of my favorite pizzas.
Pizza, 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 pizza.
Pizza. Well, yeah, thanks for listening. I mean, geez. Lost Minds, yeah.
Catch us on the up down.
How about that?
25% off. Lost Minds. Places you know.
Stop shooting. Why? Because you're gonna damage that beer. I like shooting.
Well, you better get yourself some Banff beard oil.
Is that like a shield for my beard?
It can be. You need, basically, it's a protective layer. It keeps your hair in the dry climate and altitude from incredibly breaking.
I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. You get a little crusty old dirt in your mouth. It falls right out, nice and smooth and shimmery.
Where do I get it?
You go to breakinterson.com. You can click on the Banff beard oil and just go use the promo code LOSTMINDS. Lost Minds, 15%.
Alright, I'll go there right now.
And don't be afraid to just keep adding everything you want to the cart.
Hold it. I'll put 2 of them.